Hey guys, welcome to Frigga Jeep. We're back at the sawmill. This is like the next day. I cut this tree of heaven last night. I left the camera outside last night. I got in and I was just too tired to do anything, so I just kind of said to heck with it. So I don't know how that video turned out, but it was getting pretty dark for the video. So I wanted to come first thing this morning. It's 12:30. Yeah, it's 12:35. But that's when I get started. So I'm going to do some meaningless stuff. I'm not going to run the sawmill right now, but I wanted to show you the wood here in good light. It's absolutely gorgeous. Then I got to get back to cutting grass. I got some cleanup to do. I got some wood splitting to do. You might see the wood splitting here. You might see a little bit of the cleanup here. I got to cut the slabs down there, which I'll show you in a second. But I wanted to basically show you this wood. I think it's pretty, and you guys out there that do any kind of woodworking, let me know. I'm going to try to go slow here so you can see how pretty it is. Now the darkest is just wet. That's the only difference between that. I think if I probably turn this one over, it might go. I think that was on the top. I can't turn it over. You know, this wood's right heavy. Yeah, see, there it is. There, and that dark here is just a shadow, I think. I don't know what it's a shadow of, but yeah, it's a shadow, goes all the way. Look at that. Now maybe that's from all those inclusions, warts, whatever, because remember that thing had a lot of them. I cut one off here. I cut a few of them off. I got to run a metal detector over this too. I kind of neglected to. Those are the weirdest barnacles I've ever seen. Look at this one here. I'm trying to figure out if I can cut this out through here and keep that. That's kind of a weird looking piece. Now here's another one on this one. So anyhow, there's going to be a little bit of everything in this show. That's a pretty solid, what do you call it? Can't think burl. But look at how these, I've never seen a tree do that much. And this log here looks to be a lot better than that log. I put the first one on first. Boy, that makes sense, doesn't it? Anyhow, I put that one on. Here's one that's set out overnight. Let me run it down into the sun a little. Well, I can't because I'm going to hit those, and I don't feel like knocking them off because then I had. But that just looks to be pretty wood. Any of you guys woodworker, leave me a comment out there if any of you guys have played with doing any kind of work with this. I think it's a soft wood, but you know the grain isn't that big when you look at it that way. So anyhow, so leave me a comment if you've ever done any kind of woodworking with tree of heaven. I missed a call from Mark last night. He would know because he's a woodworker and sawyer. So, and that was the first one I ever cut on a sawmill. So anyhow, that's I'm going to clean up here for a little while, just kind of get lightened up, and then I'm going to go down and split some wood, try to finish up a crate there, get another crate in there, and start cleaning up some of that garbage wood and stuff like that. Low heat output, but it still burns, and when you got a high temperature, you don't need a whole lot of heat, so that's where it's at. We'll be back in a little bit. Bye-bye. sawdust roll. Getting a pretty good pile of it. Sawdust update. Now we're gonna go up and saw some. Well, this is what they look like. This one here's got a little bit of the hard in it. I think this one's got a little bit of hard on the other side. Pretty wood. Now this one here is a little darker because it's still a little more damp, and that one looks like it started to bow up a little bit. So they are moving some, just the way the wood is. Looks pretty good. One cut a little funny over here. My dog board cut a little funny, which is pretty normal. They're all over an inch, like 1 1/8. Hair over 11 foot, 2 or 3 inches long. Pretty wood. And all the way up the top. Pretty wood here. I don't know if it's focusing in. Whoop. Yep, there it is. Anyway, that's about it. I got another one I'll bring in a minute. Bye-bye. Hi guys, welcome to Friggin' Cheap. My name's John, and as a famous sawyer up north of Pittsburgh would say, that's going to be the next victim. And I did get that funny burl or whatever that was cut off of that. That was kind of a interesting cut. Anyhow, I'm going to load that from there down onto there, but I have to move that back to get it where it needs to be done. And I just did a show of all that wood down there kind of splayed out. I'm going to have to do something with that because it just can't stay there. I think don't know what I'm going to do with it. But it's in the way, and I can't saw the next one without getting rid of that. So that's what's on the list of to do before we saw them again. Let's see, what time is it now? It is 7:15, 7:15. So I'm running a little late. Took me a little longer to get the ice machine going than I wanted to. I had a stupid problem, which was self-created. So most of my problems here are. Anyhow, we'll be back in a little bit. Well, can I get it in one turn? I think it's going to need a little bit more than that. Let's see. It's happy here. That's why I got a line on it there. That's where it's happiest. And look at that. It's happy there, guys. See it? That's so it doesn't roll too much. Oh my goodness. That wasn't too bad. Cut those knots off of there. Turn it into a girl log instead of a boy log, and it did pretty good. Alright, that's just kind of a quickie update. Oh, darn, I didn't mean to make a movie of this. Hi guys. Oh, getting on the table. Watching people split wood without a table, just kind of interesting watching. The table is, for me, here, really works good. Oh, did I say, my name's John, welcome to Friggin' Cheap. I forget that all the time. You're about ready, this is probably a one-of-a-kind table. And I'll show you a little bit more about it. I've been procrastinating on doing everything. That's why I started the video before I got the wood splitter over here and all that kind of stuff. Just been procrastinating. I helped my neighbor Penny drain his lake. His lake was overflowing from all the rain we got here, and the screen fill thing got covered up, and he just needed help doing it, so I went and helped him, and I weed whipped a bunch of stuff around here. What else did I do? I know I did some other stuff. Oh, I put a bunch of stuff away. Believe it or not, I cleaned up a little bit. So anyhow, I was watching Hard Working Man last night, and made me think, well, I got a one of a kind. You will never see this anyplace else on YouTube. Look at that. I think you can see it. I have to get on the other side to see if you can see what I see, or see what I want you to see. Look at that. He made me this cup and gave it to me at the Bunyan show last year. HWM, probably should say HWW, but anyhow, hard-working man. And look what it says. Fastest wood splitter on YouTube. So it's too nice to have this thing out down here, so I'm just gonna kind of show it to you guys. This wood splitter was built over 50 years ago, if you're new here, just from old scrap that I picked up and got and all that kind of stuff. And the table was kind of an accidental thing too that just worked out real good. If you have a loader that's strong enough to pick up a thing of wood, I kind of recommend that. We did that over pennies. I'll have to find the what do you call it, the number of the video where, in fact, it's not a numbered, it was a short video. I'll have to find that. I saw it just recently. We converted his took his log, we didn't take his log lift off. A lot of log lifts would just be underneath here, and then over there you're so close to the handle. For me, it's just a lot. So many people are working around that log lift and stuff like that. I think I'd redesign those. I had to get this thing up a little bit. It's sunk in the ground, and so I just redid that. That's the wood we got so far, and I'm gonna bring this load up. I loaded this up yesterday, but I was just too wore out to get it. But getting some more of this stuff down. I should get an old wire brush or something and wire brush some of that dirt off, but you know, the boiler just doesn't care. And that's pretty good, as Mike Morgan would say, jag of wood. Anyhow, I'll bring you back, and I'm not sure exactly where I'm gonna, yeah, I'll put you, no, I don't know where I'm gonna put you. I'll think about it. But I'm gonna get that over there and get it ready for splitting. We'll see you a bit. Well, guys, I think I'll put you here for a little while. I know that strap line is in your way. I got that strapped so it doesn't start to spread out too much, but we'll try it here for a little while. As it gets a little higher and I get a little more tired, and I take another break because I got to go into town and get some oil for my gas mix because I'm out of chainsaw oil, and I got to get my dinner fixings. Then I'll probably put you up there. Leave me a comment on how you liked being up on the high rise. So we're going to pull some of these down, and that's higher quality wood. This is lesser quality wood, if you're asking. And the bees are out everywhere. So let's might run out of gas too. If I run out of gas, I might take a break, but I did bring some down. Turn the light on. Oh, you got to pull the choke on. One of these days I'll remember. Take this down till I get some of that up. Yeah, I think I'll do it. Well, let me see. they park on it. I don't know if you can see those ant holes. Well, we ran out of gas. Can you hear that? I like running out of gas as much as possible. I don't know how old that gas in there is. Probably from the last time I split. So I brought the can down and I'm gonna go ahead and fill it up. I guess you guys don't really need to watch the filling of the wood splitter. I'll show you where it goes just for the heck of it. We got a little bit split. Did you see the ant holes in that? Look at that. I don't know if they're showing up there. These things are like 1/8 of an inch around. I did hit termites in one of those logs. Doesn't really make any difference to me because these don't stack near the house. And so who cares? And then they just go into the boiler. Look at this, old Barracuda 67, 68, or 69 gas cap. That's the gas fill. I'll bring you back in a minute or two. I brought the gas down with me, so it should only be a minute or two, but it'll be 10 minutes knowing me. Bye-bye.